Yes, sir. You already know what time it is. Overreaction off season. No, it's overreaction Monday because there is no off season with CFB Nation. I am the governor of college football. That guy over there, he don't need no introduction. He's the mayor of college football, Nino Brown. Overreaction Monday. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Today I am the governor of college football. Yes, sir. The mayor of college football, aka downtown Nino Brown. Yes, sir. Let's get it. I love it. It's Monday, my favorite day of the week. Just finished editing college football showdown not too long ago. My God, D now in the building. Me and Nino put the early messages out there. Super excited for this episode. Hey, Nino, he didn't miss last week episode. He was in there producing on his production bag. Absolutely killed it. Last week we talked about some ACC win totals. Let's get right into some Big 12 win totals. Arizona Wildcats over under 7.5 games. Nino.
Over.
Over?
I got him about 9. I'm going to go 9.
I'm comfortable with them going over. Arizona State Sun Devils, your boy Kenny Dillingham and company. 4.5. What you going with?
I'm going under.
You go under. I'm confident in going under as well.
I got him at 4, so.
Yeah, that it's the point. It's that half a point that really messes teams up.
There's too many moving pieces. Just too many moving pieces late too.
It is very late. Yeah, because are they just getting their quarterback now? And Jeff Sims, I think, just transferred there.
Is he the guy? We'll see.
Is he the guy? Yeah. We will certainly have to see. Baylor Bears over under 5.5. This is one that scared me.
I like Finn. You know what I mean. I like Monterey Baldwin. They got a committee there in the running back. They brought in, I think, like 6 or 7 guys on the defensive side of the ball. Unfortunately, I think Finn will have a good year numbers wise. I just don't know if the win total will be there. I'm going to go with under. I got him at 5.
Under at 5. I'm confident in that. I think the biggest thing that shaped my opinion on that is Blake Shapen going to Starkville and looking like a whole new person. I know it's early in the season. It's spring season, but
it's just all right. So when you look at the schedule real quick, right? Like obviously Tarleton State, they should have that up, and then at Utah, I mean, I don't even know if that's an early measuring stick. I just don't know if Baylor's gonna have everything settled yet. You know what I'm saying? Where Cam's is the veteran and it's in Utah. All right, then you got Air Force, that should be good. Colorado, we'll get to that. BYU, Iowa State, then they got there's a run there in the middle where they could, maybe if they could win those in the middle there, that 3 games of Colorado, BYU, Iowa State, or even Texas Tech, then maybe you go over. But it's just really difficult for me. That half game really throws it off for me,
100%. But yeah, that's a tough one right there. BYU over under 4.5 wins.
Over 5.
Over 5.
I think the QB competition that they got there with Jerry Bohannon, apparently he's got an epiphany and has decided not to turn the ball over, and he's doing well over there at BYU. But they also have, I think, Bourget transferred in there as well. So there's a little bit of a battle going in there. So I just think they got a little chemistry. The schedule isn't as easy as I would like, but I think they can get that 5th one and get over the 4.5.
Cincinnati Bearcats over under 5.5 wins.
I plant flags. I stand by my flags. Apparently, I don't want to go on this rant, but I'm going to do it quickly. Apparently, people in this industry don't understand what planting flags are. They believe that they can be Christopher Columbus and just fall onto an island that already exists and say that they found it. Okay, when you plant flags, it's before they've established, before they've done anything. If you want to plant your flag at the NFL, cool. Before the guys got drafted and showed up at camp, right? You want to plant your flag, a guy in college football, you plant him before he starts and shows up and does his thing. Sorsby. I've been pounding the table about Brendan Sorsby at Indiana. I've been pounding the table coming out of Indiana, going to Cincinnati. I believe this kid is going to be the QB for them. He's going to take them, their offense, to the next step. I got them at over. I got them about right around 7.
Right around 7. So bowl eligibility. I love it. Colorado Buffaloes over under 5.5 games.
Under.
This one scares me.
Under.
Yeah.
Under. I'm gonna go 5.
I'm gonna stay loyal to the soil. I'm gonna do over, but probably just barely, man. Houston Cougars over under 4.5.
Under.
They lost a lot of pieces, man.
Yeah, the QB Smith is still hurt.
Mhm.
So I'm a little concerned that going into this is going to be kind of like flipping a coin, a little bit inconsistencies. Nobody's really going to be on the same page early, so we'll have to see there. But I mean, they very well could win 5, mess around and get a 6 if they get hot, But I'm gonna go with under.
Iowa State Cyclones over under 7.5. You got some people are kind of big on Iowa State this year, so I was interested to see.
I'm gonna go. I think they can get 8. I think that defense, that secondary is solid. I think that's going to be kind of like the backbone of that. That defense is that lockdown, big hit in secondary. Yeah, I think Iowa State. I think Cyclones have gotten to put the pieces together a little bit here, and I think this is going to be 8 wins for Iowa State this year.
Kansas Jayhawks over under 8.5 wins.
A lot of people aren't going to be happy. I just don't trust the health of Jalen Daniels. And the fact that we ain't hearing much about it makes me very skeptical. Listen, we know if it's not Daniels, the only guy left on that team that really can do anything, Bean's gone. He's in the NFL now. So it would be Devin Neal. Just going to stack boxes and make this poor kid just grind it out. I'm going to go with, they got over on 8.5. I'm going to go on. I'm going to give him 7.
Yeah, I'm taking the under, and I'm kind of confident in the under. Kansas State Wildcats over under 9.5.
See, and this one I don't even hate. I went under, but I got him at 9. But I think they can win 9 games, and obviously it doesn't work for Vegas, but I think 9 games for them is a good year. Obviously this is going to be with new quarterback, a lot of new pieces. They got a running back coming in to mess with DJ Giddens as well, so they're going to have a combination back. They have speed. Yeah, I'm going to go under, but just slightly. I don't mind losing that one. If they mess around and get 10, I'm cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over, but I'm gonna go with the 10. It's one of those scary overs, but I love what Coach Kleiman brings to the table, so I like Kansas State a lot. Oklahoma State Cowboys kind of in a weird place right now. Over under 7.5 wins. How you feel about that?
So here's my thing: is Bowman? Are we gonna get the I feel like he's Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, right? You get games where he looks like, wow, all right, we got something here.
Right.
And then this game's in the first half. You just want to erase that, that 35 minutes from the brain. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, so Gordon's gonna be a Heisman. I would assume he's gonna be a Heisman candidate, right? I do like Striblin as the Z receiver for them. Rashad Owens stepped up last year in that room, and obviously they're returning the senior in Brennan Pesley. Give me 8. I think they can win 8 games. Give me 8. I'm gonna go over.
TCU Horned Frogs, bit of a down year last year. Over under 7.5 wins. How you feeling about that?
I just the schedule, it doesn't line up well for me. I love Hoover. Obviously, as Dino is part of the program on Debbie Downs. We're both a fan of Josh Hoover. His health he's not 100% yet. They kind of have it's a questionable schedule. What are we going to see out of UCF? Who's that going to be, right? Like, is Kansas going to be Kansas? Is Daniels healthy? They could mess around and go with the over, but right now I got him at under. I got him at 6. There's just a couple games I'm going to look at, like, we'll get to it, but like Texas Tech, like, are they going to figure it out? We both in on them last year, but they're big on.
Yeah, I'm a little scared of Texas Tech this year, just because I was so high on them last year. Speaking of which, Texas Tech Raiders over under 7.5.
I got them right at 7, so I'm gonna have to go under.
You're gonna have to go with the under. I think I'm gonna have to agree with you with the under. UCF, I think, is a team that I'm really interested in this upcoming season. They fought really hard last year. The addition of KJ Jefferson is going to help immensely. Over under 7.5 for UCF.
I know we have a lot of fans of UCF here that watch the program, so I don't want to ruffle fans. I'm just not in.
You're not.
KJ Jefferson. I think from like midseason on last year, there's been a lot of things on and off the field that just haven't been clicking for KJ Jefferson. I mean, he went down to UCF. The post that he put up when he committed to UCF was kind of like questionable. It wasn't say something about couldn't wait to hit the strip clubs or something like that. You know what I mean? And then he already got in trouble with the law, whatever it may be. But it's just I don't know. I guess I'm gonna have to go under. I'm gonna go 7 wins. You know, I think that again another team who seems to have a lot of moving pieces. They seem to be like a lot of the guys late in this late window that are going from these bigger schools. So like, I'm gonna go to UCF. I'll go to UCF. I think they just got what's it? Is it Aji Hall? Ex Alabama wide receiver. He didn't play last year. I think he just is going there as a
I think they got him, and they got Penny Boone, the kid from Toledo, right?
Yeah, it's like I said, a lot of moving parts going on over there. I don't know if that QB room is solidified yet, so we'll have to see.
I think this is a program a lot of us here on CFB Nation like a lot. Utah Utes over under 9.5. How you feel about that?
Over 10.
10.
I think there's a chance that they could run.
They could win the conference.
Make a run in that conference. I think it all depends on Cam Rising. I don't believe anything that comes out of that program when it comes to medical at all. Not a damn bit. And when you got two dudes that you kind of just fluffed it all season about last year with the tight end and Cam, I don't believe any of that health wise. So I think if they can put it together, give me 10.
Yeah, I definitely like the pieces, and it's hard to go there and get a win. West Virginia, you was talking about flag planting a little bit earlier. Over under 6.5. How you feeling about West Virginia this year?
West Virginia. You know how I feel about my boy Garrett Green. I think that wide receiver room is pretty stacked, and nobody's really talking about it. I'm going over. I got him at 9. And they got it at 6.5. I think a lot of people are still taking NyQuil on this team and need to pick me up real quick. They're going to learn.
So real quick, out of all the teams that's on the list, is that the over-under you're most confident in, that West Virginia will win 6.5 games?
And Cincinnati.
Okay.
Yep.
I like that a lot. So I was on through the other day, and I saw an interesting piece by Sam Gillenwater. It was about Hugh Freeze stating that he's amazed that more coaches don't call him about transfer intel. He's going to get on the phone with every head coach he's a player has been with, or a coach he knows on the staff that knows someone on the player staff. As we know, recruiting doesn't stop when someone signs their NLI, or even after a recruit plays with a team for a year or two. It's an ongoing thing. There's two schools of thought here. Do you trust the intel you collected on the athlete, through high school recruiting and ongoing recruiting post NLI, or do you collect intel from other coaches you trust, which can be a competitive advantage or disadvantage? There's two ways to look at it, Nino. How you feeling about it?
I think it's a combination of both, and I think that what Hugh Freeze says is what the guys in the NFL are doing. Right? Coaches and GMs in the NFL, when it comes to drafting and that whole process, what they're calling their friends that are coaches, they're calling former college coaches, former offensive coordinators that they had, high school coaches. What is so odd about what he said? Because he came out and said it? Like, I don't really understand what, like, makes people get a little too, hot in the seat about it. Well, they could be lying to you. Any conversation you have with anybody at any time of the day, they could be lying to you.
That's a good point.
You know what I mean?
People going to sell themselves at the end of the day.
Right. This is what everybody is doing. And let me get it perfectly clear. If you are a dude, talent will sell itself, man. If you're a top tier guy that hits the pole, they ain't calling, your janitor at your high school to make sure you were selling joints in the back of the lunchroom when you were a sophomore. No. They don't even give a shit. They're going to sell you the bag, give you the bag, and they're going to try to sell you what they got. You ain't got to sell them nothing. Right. Now, if you happen to be a mediocre guy, middle of the pack, well, now
that's a little different.
We got a different story to talk. Now I'm going to go and talk. Look what he did. And I think the way he's saying it, look at what he did. He talking like 4 or 5 big names in the late portal. Lambert Smith right out of Penn State. He got that wide receiver. I believe he got a linebacker and an edge guy on defense, a cornerback. Like, they did well in the first portal and the late portal. So What's wrong? If Jimbo came out and said it when Texas A&M was loading up on all the recruits and all the transfer portal guys. Would anybody have said anything then? Or maybe it's because kind of Auburn's been down on their luck lately,
and it's Hugh Freeze.
And it's Hugh Freeze, and he always has a little bit of something behind him. I don't know. I just think it's the off season, so we just gotta find something to come out there and stir the pot about. But I mean, when you got the big guys out there on three talking about it as well. I guess it's a topic that is of discussion. I think there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. I think you can't just take one side of it. You got to take the left and the right, put it together, and consensusly make your own opinion after you meet the kid and speak to him, right? Like, I could tell you, he sucks. He's got a lazy eye. He can't, he can't see the left side of the field. But then he shows up to you, and everything I just told you is 100% wrong.
Right.
So you have to make your own opinion at the end of it. You just take that out as intel, like any business, any team,
right?
It's daily life.
Yeah, I would have to agree. Why not collect as much information as you can from a different program or the staffers on your team that are real close to staffers on other teams, and they have information that you may not know about the guy, like the the Kamani McLean information.
Right. I'm not saying go to your local Home Depot,
right?
Or McDonald's and ask the drive-through guy what he was ordering, on a late night Friday night, because that ain't gonna do anything for you. But,
no, that's not enough information.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it does the kid enjoy partying? Does he get in trouble? Does he put the work in? Those are some of the things I would definitely want to know. Let's get into one of my favorite segments, Nino. Let's get into some rapid fire one-liners. Freshman of the year, ACC.
This one was hard, so I had to give two.
Go ahead. That's cool.
I leave the door open. All right.
Yeah.
I went with Miami wide receiver Josiah Trader, or Flags, baby. Wake Forest QB Jeremy Hicklinski. Because I got a funny feeling Bachmeier ain't gonna have that job the whole year.
There's certain things I hear. Hicklinski, you planted your flag on before I seen anybody else do it. So I don't want people in retrospect coming back and say, hey, they planted the flag. I don't know. It's feel like it's the Kevin Concepcion thing for me. Freshman of the year, SEC.
And I'm not being biased here, okay? And I know he's going to be happy that I'm putting him out there. I'm going to go with South Carolina edge Dylan Stewart. And if it's not him, it's probably Auburn wide receiver Cam Coleman. Yeah. But I think Stewart's going to, and this is going to be my hot take, I think he's going to run away with this. I think he is a man among boys in this class when it comes to being ready to put in as a day one starter. I know it's a spring game, but they had no pass rush last year. This guy put lighter fluid on charcoal and lit that whole line on fire, and it was a totally different ball game. If he is a day one starter for them, you're looking at the possible freshman of the year for the SEC. If not, I mean, Cam Coleman. He put a little bit on display already. He's going to be the guy for them, especially with Lambert Smith there, which means with Lambert Smith there, he does not have to be groomed right away to be this alpha, right? He can stay he can be on the opposite side of him, and he's going to get the 2 against him. Good luck. Good luck with the guy who struggles on normal coverage going for a freak athlete. Like, I think Cam Coleman has a good shot, but I'm telling you, if Stewart wins the edge rusher for the Gamecocks, this kid is going to go off.
Speaking of which, make sure you guys check out Garnet Roost. We're about to be in year 2 of Garnet Roost. Brian Bosargent, does such a phenomenal job with that show. It is so insightful, so knowledgeable. Make sure you all check that out. Coach of the year, SEC.
Again, I'm gonna teach these people with a spade. We're gonna go out there. We're gonna dig a hole. And we're gonna plant this MF flag. Lane Kiffin, because Ole Miss is winning the damn natty, baby.
Hey, let's go. Talk that talk, Nino.
I've been saying it for a grip, and it just, you can keep trying to, fall on deaf ears if you want, and we'll rewind the show back in 3, 4, 5, 8, 9 months, whatever you want. Ole Miss is a dog. You guys don't understand. They went and whatever they needed strategically to fill in. Boom, 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 boom. Edge rusher, got him. Safety, got him. Oh, needed back. Oh, we lost all the running backs. Boom. Let's get 2 running backs that are shifty and pass catch. Boom, boom, boom. Jackson is set
Walter Nolan.
Yes.
Princely Human kneeling on the edge. That's my day one team on EA Sports College Football 25. It's Ole Miss. For sure. I love it.
Crazy.
I love it. Wow. Yeah, you just impressed me with that one. I like that a lot. Freshman of the year, Big 12.
Again, I'm going with an edge rusher. I'm gonna go out in Kansas. I have a funny feeling they're gonna be on the field and defensively a lot this year. I'm gonna go with another guy that I think is a man among boys. I'm gonna go with Deshaun Warner. I have a funny feeling this guy could possibly put up double-digit tackles for loss and maybe 8 to 10 sacks. This kid is an absolute
You ain't never
machine.
took a layup in your life, bro.
Nah, bro, I don't do that shit, bro. Come on. Layups are for rookies, bro. I'm out here shooting from a logo, baby. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here shooting like Steph Curry, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
He said, "What is that?" I like that. Freshman of the year in the Big Ten.
I'll eat my shit. I'm gonna eat it now before the season starts because I bagged this kid for about 6 months before he even was able to show up on a campus. Dylan Raiola is probably gonna be a Big Ten freshman. He might even be Big Ten player of the year. I'm gonna put that one in. You know what I'm saying? And if it ain't him, and the only reason why I think it might be him over Jeremiah Smith is I think Emeka Egbuka got something to prove. Ain't nobody talking about him. I think he's like, okay, you can keep sleeping. You keep talking about these young boys and how I'm not, I have injury prone and I can't be the guy. I think he's gonna go out there with something. I'm not saying Jeremiah Smith's gonna go in a hibernation. Okay,
right.
I'm just saying with that, those two guys going back and forth at it, Dylan Raiola, I think he's already unlocked talent in Nebraska that we haven't seen unlocked yet. Like I said it before, we've seen guys in the spring game that haven't been relevant.
Right.
This kid's got to go. My problem was the commitment issue. Oh, maybe Matt Rule and his uncle are showing him how to be committal. You know what I'm saying? And just sitting there and be with his boys. But this kid's got the talent. They can keep it together, keep his head in the game. I think you got a chance right there for, freshman of the year in Big Ten.
If you look at Matt Rule's collegiate career, the jump that happens from year 1 to years 2 and 3 with Matt Rule, with every program he's been with, has been phenomenal.
That's what he's saying. Hey, I'm with it. For him to go 1,000 yards, though, that means the Mecca's got to go to sleep.
Yeah, that is spicy.
As a freshman,
was that one of the spicy?
I think that was one of his already.
Yeah, that was one of the spicy.
He stays true. He's a flag planter too.
Yeah, he is for sure. I want to get into something interesting. I read this last night, and I'm like, wow, this is good. I like this type of stuff here. So ESPN's Pete Thamel had an interesting take on the schedule maker of Colorado Buffalo, stating that they should be fired. You should never schedule an FCS game that you could lose. And he's talking about North Dakota State. They're not quite the powerhouse they were a few years ago, but they're still, we know college football is still a very good team. And they travel to Boulder August 29th. Furthermore, stating that this will be a completely Nebraska team that they face in week 2. And then they got Colorado State in week 3. Nino.
No.
Like you always break this down.
No.
No.
Pete Hamill, bro. I saw you at BC for the pro day. Stop being a clickbait manga. Right now, bro. I respect you and all, but you're being bro. If you looked at North Dakota, bro, they started off, the whole scheme is gone, bro. Like everything over there they were building has dissipated. Okay, new coaches changed, and the way that went down, it was super ugly. Right,
for sure.
Who was the coach there? They wanted Rule to come in and be the coach. Players were calling for him right after the bowl game. He's out. They're bringing Palaciera. I heard that was not very good in the locker room to start that off. You cut glass, to quote my guy Edelman, about the awkwardness in the room.
Yeah, that was funny.
And then we're gonna go look at. I mean, you look at the playmakers. I'm sorry, but both your quarterbacks are your best playmakers. They're your best running backs. They're your best
they best everything. Huh?
There's a lot of losses on. They only returning 2 guys on that line. So not only you have not many other playmakers besides the main guys. You're gonna make it work with moving parts on the line to protect your guys that are mobile QBs. I don't really know. I mean, their veteran running back is gone. His eligibility is gone. And Williams. I just don't. I think this is a clickbait thing. Here's what I think. Colorado runs these guys out of the fucking building, right? And here comes the hype machine again.
Yeah.
And then Matt Rule's going to put it on the table and tell him, Dion, I'm sorry, but mine's a little bit bigger than yours today, boy. And then we'll quiet it all down and we'll start talking about the Colorado hype machine and the clickbait mangas and all this crap. And then at the end of it, they'll start talking about Colorado again when, they get to midseason and they only got 3 or 4 wins. And will they be bowl eligible, or is Dion just doing this for his kids? And man, when he first signed up for it all, I was so super excited. I think the way it's all spun around, I never fall away from me as a player, because in my eyes, he's the best player. But I'm starting to think that this might just be a family affair.
I think you and I are both aligned. Still rooting for Colorado. I probably watch majority of their games, but I'm a little fearful. Do I think this is a Stretch Armstrong reach? Yes, but go with me, dream with me for a little bit, Nino. What happens if they do lose at home to an FCS team? Granted, we know that North Dakota State used to be a powerhouse, but can you imagine what these sports talk shows that are on cable that we don't watch, and what Twitter is going to be like if that does happen?
No, I agree. If it does happen, yeah, it'll be upside down. But you have to understand, it's not just this coaching change. They barely were in it last year. They had to scrape and claw to get into the playoffs, right? And yet they caught fire, and boom. Okay, they made it. But bro, it's not the same. That era is dead, put in a box and buried. We're starting something new and fresh.
Yeah, I agree.
And it's going to be game 1 off the Ripska
in Boulder. And that stadium's going to be electric.
Yeah, bro. I mean, I'm not a fan of it, but Lil Wayne's coming out to that. They're going to have that place sold out. Like,
yeah.
What happened last year? They were good for 4 or 5 games until the gas and the wind came out of their sail. They'll probably be good for 4. That Nebraska game is going to mean everything to me. Because if they lose and get blown out,
that's a good measuring stick game.
Right? Can they rebound? Can Shador? Because this is it, bro. If you can't and you start pouting and bitching and moaning and waving rollies and losing, I'm sorry. GMs and scouts are going to start being like, all right, bro. Is this a show? You're going to go make another rap song? What are we doing here? Is football your number one thing? Or are you trying to get, Tesla Cybertrucks on
the celebrity? Yeah, maybe it's the celebrity. And that was a tweet that he put out that I heard some NFL people didn't like as well. So can Colorado start the season off 0-2, man? This is fun. This is a lyrical exercise, I feel like, for us, man. We don't do this often, man. Tell them everything that you're on, because they can see you every day if they just look for you.
I mean, I'm here. This is home. This is home base for me. But I'm on the league winners. I do a couple articles there. I do some background stuff, graphics, videography stuff. Also help out scouts, couch scouts as well, doing video stuff. And then Debbie Degens, my boy, Nerd Boy Mike over there. I'm trying to bring in somebody new in this community, try to talk about how they break down and how, their aspect of how they value and evaluate quarterbacks, players, whoever it may be, even do IDP. I brought over my guy SC, gonna be coming on soon, and we'll be talking about some freshman guys coming in and how you value them. So
that is incredible, Nino. I am actually about to because ACC kickoff, the dates have been confirmed.
Okay,
so I'm gonna get the Airbnb, man. So whenever y'all ready, just come on down, because I'm gonna get it. Don't worry about paying it like that. I got it. I'm excited for ACC Media Days, man.
Oh yeah, I can't wait. I missed it last year.
Yeah,
not even happening this year.
That's what I'm talking about, man. As I always like to say, there are no more victories in a sport that survive and advance. That's why college football has the greatest regular season. And until next time, y'all already know what it is. What's up? Yes, sir. Today I am the governor of college football. Yes, sir. The mayor of college football, a.k.a. Down.